This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, the Boston Red Sox pitchers certainly did their job in allowing Bret Boone to have a successful debut as the hitting coach of the Texas Rangers. Nathan Eovaldi doing a terrific job. Lucas Giolito, Fenway debut in a Red Sox uniform, did not make it. Rough fourth inning for Giolito. Did not make it out of the fourth inning. And the hit parade just continued all night long for the Rangers as they take the series opener against the Red Sox. And with the loss for the Red Sox in the series opener on Tuesday, they're now a game under 500. With that, we welcome you to our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer, baseball, basketball show host, former show host, ESPN Radio and satellite radio. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game, win or lose, on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which you know is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. The bats against Nathan Eovaldi, hey, he's a terrific pitcher, but he had 18 swing and misses against a Red Sox lineup that managed just 6 hits on the night. Bullpen, Bernardino, Newcomb, positives, but there are a lot of negatives right now with this Red Sox team. With that, we do want to hear from you. Our everydayers and our first-timers, join the conversation watching live with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. First off, thank you very much. Join the conversation, hit that comment button, and vent your frustration, because this frustration now is just about, it's really over a week old now, right? Hey, you can also hit me up, follow me on the X at Lennox on baseball, questions, comments, or concerns. And our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast presented by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create your account, use code LOCKEDONMLB, $20 off on your first purchase. So, Lucas Giolito, second start since coming off the IL, second start with the Red Sox, first at Fenway. And he gives up a run with 2 outs in the first inning. And a 1-0 deficit for the Red Sox feels like it's, 6-0. And it turned out to be 6-0 because Giolito gives up 4 runs in the fourth inning. We can talk about Giolito, but really what we need to talk about and continue to talk about, it's the other side. It's the hitting.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Hey, Nathan Eovaldi's had a terrific career. But in the first 4 innings, 2 base runners for the Red Sox. 2. Devers a single, made it to second on a wild pitch in the first inning, was left stranded as Bregman struck out, and then Campbell grounded out as a cleanup hitter for the second straight game. Devers, with the team down 6-0, walks to lead off the fourth inning. Bregman a line out, Campbell a strikeout, Abreu a ground out. So through the first 4 innings against Eovaldi, 2 base runners, Devers a single and a walk, and that's it. And Eovaldi's not a guy who walks a lot of hitters. He came into the game 3 walks, 46 strikeouts. He improves on those numbers overall for the season. The Red Sox offense managing very few walks here. Very few. I'm tired of watching Cedar Rafaela have very little approach at the plate except go up there and swing at the first pitch. And how about the new guy, Abraham Toro? How about this? This is my at-bat of the night. Because, again, it just tells you we're not talking hitting. So, second inning, Eovaldi, Abreu, fly out. Story, ground out. 2 outs on 5 pitches. The first 2 outs in the second inning for Eovaldi on 5 pitches. So what does Toro do? You know what he did. He went up there swinging first pitch, flies out. Eovaldi, 1-2-3 second on 6 pitches. And I'm not just going to beat up on Cedar Rafaela again. I'm not going to beat up on Abraham Toro. But Toro, 5th inning, Story strikes out. 0 for 4 for Story, by the way. And do you think Story in the bottom of the 9th inning is thinking, Willie Abreu, don't collect your hit here? Just record the 3rd out so I don't have to come to the plate again. He struck out against Chris Martin, 0 for 4, and 3 strikeouts for Trevor Story. And he has 2 RBIs, and here's your number of the night. 2 RBIs, no extra base hits in the last 14 games for Trevor Story. Brutal. It's not getting it done. But in the 5th inning, Toro, a single off the Green Monster. And he's thrown out at second base by Wyatt Langford, who comes to Fenway and plays like an all-star. And he will be an all-star player for the Texas Rangers. But Toro gets thrown out at second. First Nesson reference, it's Dave O'Brien with Lou Merlone and Kevin Millar. And they're making excuses for him. And Toro's not a rookie up for the first time in the big leagues. He's got big league time. How many games he has at Fenway? Wasn't going to waste my time looking that up. But he's got to have an understanding. Maybe somebody tells him, hey, first off, you're down 6-0. You have no business trying to stretch a single into a double in that situation. None. And Lou Merlone says, well, inexperience at Fenway Park. No, come on. Somebody couldn't get in his ear. Hey, you hit one to left field, you hit one over the left fielder, it's probably a long single. No, he's thinking two. I'll try to get a double here. I'll try to get the team going. No, didn't happen. Didn't happen. Gets thrown out, Narvaez, wouldn't you know it, double down the first base side. Tip our cap and pat Carlos Narvaez on the back again because he's just done a terrific job behind the plate, and the hitting you get from him is gravy. And he's young enough where, he's kind of solidified that catcher's role, whether in the backup role or, as the number one catcher right now. But with the loss, you're a game under 500. I said it when they got above 500, 15 days ago. Don't be 500 or below again this season. Well, that didn't work out too well. I guess I jinxed that one. But brutal at the dish. Another 10, 11 strikeouts in the game, and Eovaldi can pick up the strikeouts. 18 swing and misses against Eovaldi, as I touched on in the open. There's just nothing to like, and I'm going to beg for it again. I said it after Sunday's loss. It's time. Something needs to happen, and it needs to happen now. Look at the Texas Rangers. Now, they scored 8 runs and beat Seattle on Sunday to avoid being swept by the Mariners. But they make a change, and Brett Boone, a former big league hitter, with plenty of background with his family at the big league level, and Brett Boone is now running the show. And he's probably going to be somewhat hands-off, I would imagine, talking to the guys, getting to know them a little bit, observing an awful lot. And I'm not saying it's Peter Fatsi, but it's got to be something here. Bring one of them up from the minors. Do something. It's time. And I really, as I'm watching this game, and we'll get to your comments in just a moment if you're with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Breslow's an Ivy Leaguer. Fatsi, I'm going to do a little bit of research on him. I think he's from Driveline. I don't want to go too far down this road, but I think they've got a handful of guys from Driveline. If you don't know Driveline, you can Google it. They've got a big impact on baseball in the last decade or so. But I just feel like with the Red Sox right now, if you're not bringing, maybe, perception sometimes becomes reality. Are you not bringing up Roman Anthony because everyone's clamoring for it and they've been clamoring for it? You started Kristian Campbell off in the big leagues to start the season because of his spring. You can't have Roman Anthony in the big leagues after a hot April in AAA. I think he was the Red Sox minor league player of the month on the offensive side. It's time to bring him up. Send Rafaela down. He's the guy right now. He's not giving you enough. I don't care that you sign him to a long-term deal. Send him down to AAA. And it's almost as if they don't either A, want to admit a mistake of they signed and extended Rafaela way too early, or they're not going to do what everyone is begging them to do right now, and that's bring one of the two up, Meyer or Anthony. And I think right now both are deserving. Now, Trevor Story's probably not moving off shortstop. And I did not watch Obstructed View. I think that's what it's called on the alternate Nesson broadcast. I kept it with Dave O'Brien, Lou Merlone, and Kevin Millar. But I really don't want to sit down in front of the TV Wednesday night or Thursday night going forward with a lengthy conversation on Rafael Devers and he should be at first base. It was like Millar now had the opportunity to make the same case that Lou Merlone has been making. And yes, Alex Cora has asked about it again. And I'm bringing up all these things because I know everyone's frustrated right now. It's frustrating watching this team. And I was a believer last year. And they actually referenced where I started Locked On Red Sox postcast last year with Locked On Sports. It was the series homestand at home against the Phillies and Yankees. And you're thinking, you're going to put another nail in the coffin. It might not be the final nail in the coffin, but you're going to put another nail in the coffin. They took 2 out of 3 from Philadelphia. I've referenced it many times. They took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. And all of a sudden, they started playing winning baseball. And they started making you think, hey, we got a shot here. And I was on board. Hey, I like this team. And adamant throughout all of last year. even when they came out of the All-Star break and just absolutely got hammered at Dodger Stadium and Coors Field against the Dodgers and Rockies, still thought in September that should have been a playoff team. This year, what are they showing you? They're a game under 500 now, 18-19. I hope I'm venting some of your frustration right now, but you're closing in on insanity, expecting a different result. Now they've been good for a stretch or two here, but how many times? And I'm going to make this one more point. How many times have I said, handful of weeks into the baseball regular season, it's like Toronto. Wow, you hope you get through the Blue Jays series, and those bats don't come alive. Anyone thinking on the opposing side, well, the Red Sox bats are going to come alive sooner or later. They've had a couple of small stretches, glimpses. Other than that, 10-plus strikeouts a game, 9 times this year, 6 or less hits. Brutal. Those are some of your numbers tonight. I'm backing up points here with the numbers. The numbers are just bad. Overall last year, too many strikeouts. Not putting the ball in play. But Toro there, when he swung first pitch, Eovaldi had retired the first 2 batters on 5 pitches in that inning early on. And Toro, first pitch swinging, out 6 pitches, 1, 2, 3. That can't happen. You have to at least take a pitch there. That tells me an awful lot. And this guy's just up from AAA, but that's simple baseball. It goes back years. You can take all your numbers and stick them. You've got to give your pitcher a little breather. Giolito probably didn't have enough time to sit down and take a drink, catch his breath. 6 pitches. Hey, you got to get back out there. Let's see if you agree or disagree. Giving you a lot to think about there. I vented right there, like the way I vent to my wife on occasion about our 2 teenage boys. And I'm doing this with the Red Sox. And you already know. You know they break your heart. I'm still new to this thing. Hey, I've watched the Red Sox since the 80s. Until you truly live it as a Red Sox fan, maybe you just don't know. Atom bomb. 12 bleeping strikeouts. Did they get to 12? Or was it 11? Thought it was 11. Maybe it was 12. Yeah, it was 12. Good job. 12. Yeah. Keep striking out. Don't put the ball in play. But hey, the Rangers, 8 runs, and they kind of cruised, but they had 16 hits total. Got the 6 runs, had the big inning against Giolito, chased him from the game. Atom bomb. Newcomb pitched well out of the pen. Yeah, and he may have saved you for the next couple of days. He really did. Offense just couldn't get anything going. Frustrating. Swagoo, sad. This team is semi-depressing at the moment. Swagoo, I'm glad it's only semi-depressing. For others, they're probably teetering close to completely, it just ruins their nights and it ruins their entire next day. I know I threw a lot of numbers to back up some points there. We'll have more numbers tonight, but Trevor Story, it's time to hit, bud. It's just simply time to hit. Look ahead to Tanner Houck. Tanner Houck still doesn't have a win on the season. Red Sox record in Houck starts. Brutal. But you have an opportunity now to even up the series with Houck on the mound against Maile, who's pitched well for the Rangers. And then you got Bayo on Thursday for the finale. But right now, the Texas Rangers own the Boston Red Sox. Glad you're with us. Misery loves company. That's where the Red Sox are right now. Just miserable. Hey, we are presented by Monarch Money. Locked On Red Sox Postcast, Locked On Red Sox, part of the Locked On Sports Network, your team every day. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, entertainment, easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in. Your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money is not just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place so you're not just managing your money, you're able to start building on your wealth. When you start using Monarch Money, you may soon realize just how much you're spending on food delivery. With that, you may start to budget smarter and save more. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan on long-term goals. Managing money with your partner is smoother than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on the same page without the stress. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com. Save 50% off on your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for half off on your first year. Locked On Red Sox Postcast, also presented by Game Time. Nothing like getting to the ballpark and catching a game live at a big league park. The crack of the bat, roar of the crowd, smell of the ballpark food, and if you're looking to go last minute, Game Time makes getting tickets easier than ever. With last-minute deals, all-in pricing, and the lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the stress out of buying MLB tickets. Plus, ticket prices do drop as Game Time gets closer, meaning you can save and you can score an incredible deal. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On, and as the Red Sox have 2 more games in the series at Fenway against the Rangers, you can count on Game Time to help grab tickets that meet your needs. Game Time has unbeatable prices, which means more money for food and merch. Another Fenway dog. Game Time picks feature, well, that makes finding the best deals effortless. It filters out the fluff and highlights the top discounts in the ballpark. With seat views before you buy, you're going to love that you can preview your exact seat before purchasing. No bad surprises when you get to the ballpark as well at Fenway. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create your account, use code LOCKEDONMLB. $20 off, bang, just like that on your first purchase. Terms to apply. Again, create your account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off on your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. The Red Sox won on opening day in Arlington, Texas against the Rangers. Since that opening day victory against the Rangers in Arlington back in March, the Rangers have now won 4 straight meetings between the two teams. And in those 4 losses, the Red Sox have scored a total of 7 runs. You got 2 more against the Rangers, and you're still going to have a losing season against Texas. And Rangers have expectations. And in that division, how about it? Mariners have played well. Swagoo, not totally depressing yet. Good. Don't let it get there. Find other things to do. Swagoo, yeah, Story needs to pick it up. And he knows it. He leaves the ballpark tonight knowing he's in a funk. But come on. That's, to me, there's got to be a different voice. And Story might be one of those guys where they don't really approach him, or they wait for him to approach the hitting staff. It's now a hitting staff. But how many guys are in his ear right now about what he needs to do? He's had off days, but he's got to be a guy. I mean, they drop him down again. Campbell's in that number 4 spot. Campbell had an RBI base hit, the only run knocked in, the only RBI, the only run scored for the Red Sox. Campbell had the RBI, first hit in the cleanup spot. I think he broke an 0 for 10 with that RBI knock. And Bregman got it going with a 2-out double, and then Campbell knocked him in. The Red Sox were, at that point in time, looking at being shut out for the first time this season. So just, Story, it has to happen. And it doesn't just have to happen, a couple of days, he's had a good week stretch. No. You got to go on a month-long tear here as an entire offense. They've now gone into deep bunks collectively as a team more than one occasion now. They can be pitched to. How about Jarren Duran? I mean, when Duran's not going, come on. Jarren Duran went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. And Duran, I think he's missed 1 game. They've sat him 1 game already this season. I mean, these guys might need they had a day off on Monday. And Story was out of the lineup on Sunday. But he comes back and goes 0 for 4, strikes out 3 times, and strikes out 10 the game. Again, I don't think he wanted that at bat in the 9th inning. Abreu gets the single to kind of salvage his night. But, there are just too many outs in this lineup. And Abraham Toro, first pitch swinging. When Eovaldi, I know I'm hammering this one. But really, Toro is your best option to bring up. Abraham Toro is your best option to bring up from AAA. You're just fighting it right now as a front office. And we know Roman Anthony isn't the savior. He's not, he's going to go into a funk. I mean, Campbell has handled himself so well over the first month of the season. Give Roman Anthony was your guy last year. Kristian Campbell had a terrific year, but he started off in single A. Marcelo Meyer, I think it was on Tuesday, made a great place against Lehigh Valley. Deep in the hole at shortstop. And at some point, you might have to have a hard conversation. Trevor Story, where do you put him? There's nowhere to put him except on the bench, because if you brought Meyer up, he's playing every single day. I don't want to hear the Rafael Devers conversation anymore. It's up to Devers. Alex Cora was hit with it again. Hey, any talk to him? Any plans on talking to him? No. Everyone wants Devers to go into the office. Imagine the pickup right now that would be. And again, if they're doing it behind closed doors, this isn't one you'd be able to hide. You'd know about it. Devers has refused interview requests, all that stuff. With that kind of deal, Rafi Devers has to be more. Whether it's pouting or not, or just his personality, enough. You're a grown-up and you have a huge contract. More is expected out of you right now, and you're not doing enough. Abraham Toro is your answer. Well, you get what you deserve because you're now a game under 500. Tanner Houck was solid last time out. He goes in game 2. Red Sox need to even up the series, and really at this point in time, you really want to exit and leave on Thursday with a losing homestand? You go on the road to Kansas City and Detroit. Have fun with that. But Houck last time out deserved better. Red Sox ended up losing 4-2 against the Blue Jays. Houck went 7, gave up 1 earned run. That's a shot in the arm. Previous time in Cleveland, gave up 4 earned runs in 5 innings. Battled in that outing. Has allowed just 1 walk in his previous 2 starts. 12 strikeouts in his previous 2 starts. Used the big fastball in his last outing. Dave O'Brien alluded to it. Pitched angry. I don't know if he pitched angry or not, but pitch like you're capable of 7 innings and 1 earned run. And your team needs you. Your team needs you again. And you have it set up. Houck gives you 6 or 7 on Wednesday night against the Rangers. You've got the bullpen set up. And Aroldis Chapman at some point, he's just going to need work. You're going to have to pitch him at some point. Because the save opportunities, thanks to Whitlock and Slayton, have been few and far between of late. Adam Baum. Rafaela, $15 million for 213. Adam Baum, Rafaela's my guy. My guy to go down. It seems logical right now. He's not doing what he needs to do at the big league level. Tired of seeing him swing first pitch, be down in the count 0-2. Merlone sees it on every given night. Will Middlebrooks sees it. And Kevin Millar sees it from the Red Sox TV booth every once in a while as well when he's there. These are former big league hitters who have had various degrees of success. They see it. I said it on Sunday. It's just time. Something. Craig Breslow, it's time, guy. It's time. You got to do something here. You really do. What it is, you decide. But something. Player move, and it's not Abraham Toro. I didn't think it was Dom Smith last year until Dom Smith started pitching lights out in mop-up rolls and bullpen outings, and he had some key hits. I gave you Houck. He goes tomorrow. You're going to see another right-hander tomorrow. You're going to see Jack Leiter. And Jack Leiter's dad, a former big leaguer, Al Leiter, is in the ballpark on Thursday for his start. He's up there at Fenway, just like Roger Clemens was there for Cody over the weekend with the Minnesota Twins. Are you going to have another former big leaguer's son stick it to you on Thursday in the finale? Leiter's a guy who can go out there and give you 6 or 7, or he could be out in the 3rd or 4th inning. Still learning how to pitch at the big league level. I wish I had better news for you right now. At bat of the night, sorry, Abraham Toro, it belongs to you when you swung first pitch and were the 3rd out for Eovaldi early on in the game, and he threw 6 pitches to get through that inning. How about Johnny Damon? Last point, Johnny Damon was on Ness in pregame with Tom Caron and Jim Rice. 2 guys talking hitting. They were talking about RBI situations, which were few and far between. But credit to Kristian Campbell. I'm up in that situation. That's my RBI out there at second base. I'm bringing him in. And I think that's the thing. Hey, pass the baton, pass the bat. Next guy up will pick me up. I said it last year. There were certain times in ball games where it's like, do guys know that that's their run batted in out there? That is a stat that we still pay attention to and count the run batted in. No, the next guy will get it. Enjoyed watching Johnny Damon in studio with TC and Jim Rice. Again, wish I had better news for you right now, but it's doom and gloom right now for the Red Sox. And you've been here before. I'm still new to the game. I've been an outside observer. How tomorrow? You want to call it a must win? Go to bed thinking it's a must win because the Celtics are in that situation. They'll play game 2 against the Knicks in the Eastern Conference semifinals on Wednesday night. We'll do a doubleheader with you, Locked On Celtics postcast. And the Celtics are in a must win situation as well. Do not want to go down 0-2 with the series moving to New York for games 3 and 4 over the weekend. That's it for me. Put a smile on your face, go to work, be productive on Wednesday. Get the Red Sox out of your mind just for a few minutes if you have to. Locked On Red Sox, postcast, Locked On Sports, your team, your Red Sox, win or lose every day.